Welcome to Synagogues of Egypt. We start out looking at one synagogue in Alexandria. This is the Eliyahu Hanavi synagogue, or in English, Elijah the Prophet. At one time, Alexandria was the home to 25,000 Jews. Today, if there are any left, there would be less than a handful. The construction of this synagogue was originally completed in 1354. It was damaged by the French during its invasion of Egypt towards the end of the 18th century. It was rebuilt in 1850 with funds provided by the ruling dynasty in Egypt. In 2017, the current Egyptian Authority announced a project to maintain this building to keep the country's Jewish heritage alive. This is the interior of the Ben Ezra synagogue located in Cairo. It's also known as the El Geniza and Al Shamiyin, or the Synagogue of the Levantines. Geniza could be translated as hidden treasures. The current version of the structure that is located at this site was established in the 1890s. At one time, there were about 80,000 Jews living in Egypt in the 1920s, either in Alexandria or Cairo. Today, this building is a museum piece for visitors. We're looking outside of the Maimonides, or the Beit Rambam Shul, also located in Cairo. The building dates back to the 10th century. It was renovated about 10 years ago. It is believed that the Rambam, when he moved to Egypt around 1168, that he prayed at this synagogue and is entombed here after death. It is also known as the Rav Moshe Shul. Here is a further look at its restored interior. Here is a look at the Meir Biton, or the Meir Einayim synagogue, which is located in the Ma'adi suburb of Cairo. It was completed in 1934. The name of the shul is associated with the architect, Meir Yehuda Biton. He was considered a no-nonsense fellow who had no patience for laziness. Despite his adherence to his Jewish heritage, he was well respected by the Arabs. Here is the Eliyahu Chazon synagogue located in Alexandria. We don't have a lot of information on this synagogue, but we do know that Rav Eliyahu Chazon was at one time the chief rabbi of Alexandria. Born in Turkey, he emigrated to Jerusalem, or Jerusalem, and accepted the position in Alexandria later in life, in the late 1800s. He passed away in 1908. Here is the Musa Dari synagogue located in Cairo. It belonged to the Jewish Karaite community. The Karaites, are Karaim, held to a strict interpretation of Jewish written law. In other words, they did not accept the oral law. This stone placard reads in English that this is the House of Judgment, or Bet Din, of the Israeli Karaite community in the country of Egypt. We believe the building was completed in 1931. Here's a look at the interior of the Eitz Chaim, or Tree of Life synagogue. It is located in Cairo and was built or completed in 1900. It's also known as the Temple Hanan in French, or the Hanan Synagogue, or the Baruch Hanan, or the Knesset Hanan. The synagogue was last used in 1967. The building is under the protection of the Egyptian Supreme Council of Antiquities. A security detail guards it. This is the best that we can show you of the Shar HaShamayim synagogue, or the Gate of Heaven synagogue, also located in Cairo. It's also known as Temple Ismailiya. Its construction was completed in 1908. However, construction began in 1899 and was in use during the interim period. Although it was a Sephardic practice synagogue, many Ashkenazim attended it and helped finance it. We conclude this limited look at synagogues that may still exist in the country of Egypt, even if they are no longer put to use. There may be others, but we limited this look to Jewish houses of worship where information is readily available. So it's on to another African country. See you soon.